Hello, everyone. This is Rick with the Cyber Pro podcast. 5 questions in under 9 minutes because hackers never sleep. Super excited. I met this guy last week at Black Hat. This is super fun to have him on the podcast. Dan, who are you and what do you do?
Yeah, thanks, Rick. My name is Dan DeCloss. I am the founder and CEO of PlexTrac. We're a cybersecurity report automation and analytics platform. And so I've been in the cybersecurity space my entire career, going on 16 years now. Former penetration tester and blue teamer, and so had a lot of pain, and that's why I created PlexTrac.
Nice. I'm going to add an extra question right away. What kind of pain did you have? Because I know when I've met you guys in the past, you guys are very big on purple team and just kind of making that world just one big, positive connection. So what are those pain points that you had?
Yeah, so the big pain points I had was the lack of collaboration during a penetration test or any kind of what I would call a proactive assessment, right? You're doing things, you're finding things, and you want to be able to collaborate with the people that are supposed to be fixing these or being able to identify them. And so not really having a good way to do that in real time, as well as hated writing reports. So wanted a better way to write up the engagement reports in an automated fashion, and truly have a way to deliver those in an enhanced format rather than just a document. So those were some of the initial pain points, and that's really what led me to start PlexTrac.
Perfect. Question number 2-ish. Why do you like being a cyber professional?
I've always, I guess, kind of more abstractly, always been mission oriented in terms of wanting to help people with the things that we do. And so I was always naturally drawn to the security space of knowing like, hey, this is a problem that affects a lot of people, and wanting to make sure I can do my best to actually help people keep, stay safe and secure. So that was like kind of my initial motivation getting into it. And I was always just intrigued by it. I'm a tinkerer, and a true hacker by trade, and I like to know how things work. So that also appealed to me on just the personal technical side. But being able to know that, hey, I'm trying to help make the world a better place, is cliche, but it is true for me. So
no, that's a good thing though. That's
yeah.
What we like to hear. Cybersecurity is a top concern. That air quotes there as you want. But what does that mean to you?
So I think, to me, at the end of the day, cybersecurity is largely around people's mentality and process, right? And so it's a big concern in that everything's online, right? And as attackers have continued to evolve and tools are more readily available for less sophisticated people to still be able to conduct sophisticated attacks, it needs to be on the forefront of everybody's minds of how are we protecting our organizations, our personnel, our personal lives, our kids, in the digital realm. So I mean, it's broad, right? And so to me, that's what we all should be aware of as individuals and as businesses. And then what are the processes that we're putting in place to do that, even if we don't have a large budget or can buy a lot of technical things, technical solutions for for some of these problems? Do we have the processes in place to at least be able to know we've got a foundation for and setting a culture of security?
That's great. So question number 4 is really about what piece of insight do you want to share with other cyber experts?
Piece of insight. I think that there's that adage that it's a marathon, not a sprint. And so not getting overwhelmed with all the things that you got to be mindful of in terms of building out a security program, as well as all the things that you don't know in the cyberspace, because there's so many smart people out there, right? We all rub shoulders with the genius hackers of the world. And so I think that just taking things day at a time and really trying to stay focused on what are the important things to be working on today that really help move the needle forward and not get overwhelmed. And then I'd also say, of the folks that that are very bright in doing those elite activities, be able to share and mentor that knowledge, because we only get better if we're all working together as an industry.
No, that's great insights. Final question for you. It's the fun question. What's your favorite piece of retro technology that makes you smile?
Favorite piece of retro technology that makes me smile. I mean, I think that the Atari, just kind of brings a smile to my face. I kind of grew up, in the 80s and 90s, and so some of those retro gaming systems, kind of take you back to the good old days, so to speak, right? So
That's amazing. I had the Activision instead of the Atari, so I roll my eyes at that, but they're pretty much the same thing.
yeah,
Thank you so much for being on the Cyber Pro podcast.
yeah. No, thanks for having me. It's always a pleasure.
Hey, you did it. You made it to the end. Thank you so much. Check out more Cyber Pro podcast.